Hello and welcome to another episode of the Trash Talk Podcast. I'm the gentleman of Hollywood 6. How are you doing?
I am good, JJ. Again, I will always say it every time you have me here on your platform. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. So thank you, sir, for having me on.
And it's always great to have you on as well. And today we're talking about a topic that you suggested, and that is band tees. Why are they
band tees? It's so crazy you did that because literally every show we've ever done, I've always had a band tee on. And the one day we decided to go with this topic, I go with an anime shirt. You know what? It is what it is. But no, it's an interesting thing, you know? And I don't think they ever left. I don't think band tees have ever left pop culture. It's something about, and maybe it's just me getting older, but it's something about younger kids wearing bands that they have no idea who they are. You know, or not only that, but like I saw a kid wearing a Jefferson Airplane shirt. And when I say kids, it might have been like 16, 17. And the shirt was pretty badass. But in my head, I'm like, do you really know anything about Jefferson Airplane? And it doesn't matter if they do. I don't care if you do. If the shirt looks awesome, wear the shirt if you want. But it is something to be said about, you know, they say history repeats itself. And I guess you could argue fashion repeats itself too.
I mean, yeah, fashion is very cyclical. And yeah, no, it is that thing where, like, first of all, I mean, it's entirely possible that a younger person likes older music, right? It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it is also very possible that they're just wearing it for the aesthetic. And that's fine. I just find it interesting that, like, the aesthetic of, like, I guess retro, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, like, this is a retro look. And so I'm wearing a band tee from a band that isn't around anymore, probably. I don't know. Actually, a lot of those bands are still around, but, and it's like, they don't have a connection to the music, but they still wear their shirts. And
yeah,
I find that interesting. I mean, again, if you think they look good, that's like fine, right? Also,
yeah,
like, who cares if it's a comfortable shirt? Wear it, right? Like whatever's on it.
Well, you said you find it interesting. What is it that you find interesting about it? Because in my case, I find it interesting, and I love it because not only is it promoting the artist, it's promoting the band, but I love it because it's showing a younger generation they're appreciating what we gave them. You know what I mean? It's like a hand-me-down. And sure, the aesthetic of the shirt, the feel of the shirt may look awesome, but I find it interesting because you may not know anything about the band. And again, it could come all down to just how the shirt looks. But as a music fan, it's like it's like I've actually done this before. I want you to know something, you know, like I'll go up to somebody. True story. I actually went up to a girl that had on a Pink Floyd shirt, and I said, "Can you name me one Pink Floyd song?" She couldn't name me one, and I don't know why, but it's like in me, it's something there. I don't mind you wearing the shirt, but it's like, oh, you gotta know something about this band. Why do you find it interesting?
Some might say that was a bit of a dick move, but
I don't give a fuck.
Like, I mean, on the one hand, it seems weird that someone would wear something that they don't have a connection to, right? Like, it explicitly has, like, some symbology on it that represents something, and then they don't have a connection to it. On the other hand, I could absolutely see myself picking up a shirt that looked cool, not even knowing that it is, like, a band's logo, and still wear it. And so, like, I could kind of see that one from both sides, right? Like, I'm wearing the Runrig Amazing Things shirt, and actually, I did look it up before we started recording, and as far as I'm concerned, not their best album. But whatever.
Yeah, but it looks good, you know?
Yeah, I mean, also, you know, this actually, sorry,
I'd recommend you not pull your sleeve. Your sleeve's kind of, I mean, your collar area, it's kind of droopy. You don't want to, yeah.
There's the archive.
Yeah.
There.
Actually, that's the style now. Not the droopy collar, but if you having holes in it, that's actually the style now. So,
the collar is a little, that's a little dated. I mean, to be fair, this shirt is from 1993, so,
there's another hole back there too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, this one is probably close to dead. I'm afraid. Like, I did already do some of the, like, the under the arm where shirts normally get holes. Okay, that one reopened anyways. But yeah, so, like, this shirt is probably, like, close to going into the garbage. But that's just what happens when your shirt is over 30 years old. But yeah, no, whatever, right? Like, I like Runrig, so this is not an unreasonable thing for me to wear. I think I have, like, 2 songs from that album on my playlist, and like some other
You,
like 3 or 4. But
it's so crazy. I saw there's two things I want to bring up. The first thing is I saw this dude. He was driving and he had his teenager in the back seat, and it was a homeless guy on the side of the road that had a Faith No More shirt on, and it was old vintage shirt. It looked like it probably came from like the early 2000s, mid 90s, who knows? But it was a homeless dude. It had holes in it, and the dude said a teenager rolled down his window. He said, "Hey, I'll give you $20 for that shirt." And he takes the shirt and he goes home and he's wearing it to school, and everybody's like, "Dude, that's awesome." He's like, "Yeah, I got it from a homeless guy." But it's the and the second thing I wanted to say was there's there before band t-shirts started to get really popular or become pop, well, not pop culture may not be the right word. Before band t-shirts were a thing to like a person who probably doesn't even listen to music, it's like the thing, it's the fashion thing right now. But you could go to like a Goodwill. I don't know what the version of Goodwill is over there in Germany, but like you could go to a thrift store here and you could find all these vintage, t-shirts. And now people go into these thrift stores and they just take all these nice vintage band t-shirts and then they put them on eBay and they just sell them for ridiculous amounts, which again, that money the proceeds don't go to the band. I do appreciate that they're getting the music out though. You know what I mean?
yeah, but are they, right? That's always another question, right? Because if you're just wearing them as a fashion statement, are people actually going to look up the band? Or
well, let me ask you this: if you saw a kid with a T-shirt that said "Butthole Surfers," are you not Googling that? What the hell is a butthole surfer?
Oh,
all right, let's go.
I have heard of the band before, but yeah, no.
But
I not necessarily. I mean, especially like, right? I forgot that most people have a device in their pocket with which they can instantly look. And I was gonna say, like, by the time I get home, I'm not gonna remember a random shirt I saw. But yeah, I guess that's me being weird.
Or like let's go with a Metallica album, Ride the Lightning. You got the chair and then the lightning bolt, and a kid may not know it, but they take a picture of this and they're like, "Hey, what is this?" And they find out, "Oh, this is a band. Metallica. That's an interesting name for a band. Metallica. That's a cool band. Let me check what it sounds out." Then they hear this thrashing guitar. They're like, "Dude, I'm a fan." So it is a form of promotion. You got to give it that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, right? Like, brands pay to put their logos on like cars and like athletes' clothing and random billboards, right? So clearly, just like having your name and logo out there has some benefit. Otherwise, people wouldn't pay to do that, right? So like, I get that advertising is a thing. I'm just not sure how effective it is, especially when band tees have become like so separated almost from the underlying music, right? Whereas where people will just like wear the t-shirts as a fashion statement rather than as like an endorsement. Whereas if people are only wearing shirts for bands that they liked, I think you would be much more likely to look up a band that like one of your friends or like an acquaintance is wearing a shirt and you're like, "Oh, hey, I like that person. Maybe we have similar music taste," right? Like, whereas if people are just wearing it and they're wearing it because it looks cool, then like,
like, I think a majority of it is aesthetic. It's the vintage look. God, man, you're not familiar with like Southern album cultures in like the early 2000s, like the Master P album where it was all like bling blinged and the names were covered in diamonds and gold. You know those?
I've seen like one or two of those. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean those are super popular, and I get it because when those albums came out, it was like, dude, this artwork is just it's great. So I get it for the aesthetic point of view. I love it, dude. I do want to go ahead. Sorry.
Great wouldn't have been the word I chose. I would have said gaudy, but sure.
Okay, we can go with that. I do want to, going back to the thing that you having the holes, hell in your shirt. Hell, I got a chalk stain over here or Kool-Aid stain, something over here.
That probably washes though.
Yeah, it'll come out. But you had the hole over there, and that, Kanye West and his brand Yeezy, he actually started it with the holes in the shirt, and they'd have like patterns, and they sell for a lot of money, and some of them do look nice, but it goes to like our parents back. They're like, why would you wear jeans if they got holes in them? Hell, I'll just go out there and, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I also thought that was stupid. I mean, like, I get wearing clothing. Like, I'm a big proponent of, like, this shirt is fine, right? Like, it has a couple holes, and again, it is getting worse, so, like, but, like, I don't mind if my shirt has, like, a hole in it, right? Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
like, I don't throw clothes away because they have, like, some holes in, like, not so important places, but at the same time, like, intentionally buying pre-damaged clothing is stupid. And, I was actually, like, watching a TV show recently where a character was wearing ripped jeans with, like, the rips, like, right in front of the knees, and it was the middle of winter, and I'm like, that can't be comfortable! It's cold!
Oh, dude. Yeah, see, that's one thing I will never understand. When you're driving down the road and I'll use Fahrenheit here, but if it's 16 degrees outside, you see a dude in shorts. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Put some pants on. It's freezing out here. Now, that doesn't make sense to me. But I get it. You know, I didn't understand the holes in the shirt, you know, thing. Like, why would you want holes in your shirt? But apparently it's the look. And some of them, you come around, you know, like my mom, you know, she was like, why would you want to wear holes in your jeans when I was a kid? But now she's come around. Now she's wearing holes with her jeans. I want to send you something in the chat real quick, and I'd like for you to put it up on screen if you can. I haven't sent it yet. Let me preface it before I do it. Have you ever heard of it's a huge designer brand called Balenciaga. Have you ever heard of them?
I've heard the name. I think there was once a photoshopped image of the Pope wearing one of their jackets.
Yeah.
So Balenciaga.
Yeah, it's like Gucci, you know, Prada, you know, it's a high end brand. So because the kids are wearing, and it is, I say kids because adults are doing it too. Hell, I've got a shirt over there with the patterns in there, but this high-end brand are selling these shoes. If you don't mind, I just sent it in chat. Could you bring this up on screen? These shoes are selling for about $1,600 on the low end for USD. Those are a high-name brand from Balenciaga. Expensive shoes. It looks like a Rottweiler ate one of them. Look at those.
Now, I do wonder. I mean, I wouldn't get them anyways, of course, but like, are they, like, as beat up as they look? Or is that, like, just, like, a style thing? Like, are they still good when they look?
They're bad. I mean, I'm sure they have some... It's just the thing, it's like... I'm sure I don't know. I've never seen any in person. I've only seen them in video, and like Kanye West and, you know, high-end rappers wear them. Hell, I think Madonna actually had a pair on as well, but it's like, this is what we're paying money for. What the...
My shoes are a couple years old by now, and they look a lot better than that.
Well, go outside and run them over with your car and put a chainsaw to them and put them on eBay. You'd probably get a lot of money for them, buddy. A lot.
Listen, I can get a Sharpie and I can beat up some shoes and like write on them with a Sharpie. Like that really isn't all that difficult. Like.
But what do you think that is? Why do you think that is a thing that people are so attracted to? Is it just the name because of the name brand? Like that, those can't be comfortable.
Well, I mean, again, they might not be as bad as they look from the outside, right? This might be like a sort of a facade thing, right? There used to be a thing as well for a while that would like rust color for like cars and whatnot, where you would like actually like spray on a color that looked like rust, which I also didn't super get. I think this is just like, it's fashion tries out things, right? Like, fashion is inherently like kind of experimental. And so I think once you've like reached the maximum amount of like polish and cleanliness and whatever, like this is like the cleanest time we have had yet, which I guess was like putting a Supreme logo on an otherwise one colored shirt, I guess is whatever that is. Then like, where do you have left to go but the other way, right? And so I think there is sort of a, again, right, fashion is cyclical, but also it has to go somewhere, right? It can't just keep moving in one direction very naturally because you run into some limits. And so I think, like, hey, what if instead of making a clothes look as good as possible, made it look as bad as possible? I think it is sort of a logical thing to try in a way. And plus, obviously, again, there's the whole thing of, like, almost, like, wanting to look, for rich people, for wanting to look more grounded has been a thing for a while for like certain types of rich people, and then the whole like, oh yeah, look, this like hobo look or whatever, like that whole thing where they're like intentionally like, to them it's an aesthetic that they can like try out, and then if they don't like it, they can go to something else, right? It's fine. And so I kind of get it on that level. Like I get from like why fashion would move that way. I just don't get from a marketing standpoint why you would.
Right. So from a marketing standpoint, you can see why. Like, hey, we've done it all. At least let's try this. Let's just see what happens.
And if it is a big brand, right? Like it's almost built in to be a success, right? Like
exactly.
I don't exactly know how these high fashion brands work, but I can't think of an example where one of those brands went from being like super popular and like a big time thing to like suddenly being like uncool or something. I feel like I'm sure you can ruin your reputation as such a brand.
Oh,
but it doesn't happen easily. Yeah, it seems.
Bud Light, the number one selling beer in the world, I believe.
I was talking about fashion.
Okay, all right. Damn it! Actually, I did think. Well, hell, you probably don't know anything about it, but FUBU. There was a big brand here, FUBU, that everybody wore, and eventually they just stopped. It's like if you had anything with the name FUBU on it, everybody's like, "Oh, that's dope." And this is during the day I'm pretty sure this wasn't a thing in Germany, but in America, when the cool look was to wear baggy clothes. Like I'm an extra large, a large, extra large, but during that time, I'd wear like a 3XL because it was the cool look. My pants would be 4 times as big. So FUBU would, and it was the look though. It sounds crazy, but that was the look. But then once that style faded out, you had said, it might have something to do with the name, but if it's a high-end name, of course it's going to sell. So FUBU being one of the highest selling brands at that time, once the culture started to shift and people stopped wearing these baggy clothes, it was like, okay, people are going for more of the European style, the slim fits, the skinny jeans. They're going more towards fitting clothes. So FUBU was like, okay, we'll make a collection like that. And it's like, nah, people didn't do it. That name, that brand name was so much there, but the second they switched to what the culture was liking, it just fell off for some reason.
Yeah, I guess I'm really not. I guess the reason why I don't hear about the downfall of fashion brands is because I don't hear much about fashion brands in the first place. It's probably not a lack of that happening. It's more so just that I'm not dialed into that particular niche because, like, who cares?
I mean,
listen, I'm clearly not on front of the fashion thing, given that I'm wearing a t-shirt that's older than me.
I get it, and right now, like, I like to dress. I like to look good. I like everybody know the phrase: you look good, you smell good, you
feel good.
Exactly. I like to look good. I like to step out. I like to put that stuff on. Like, man, look at that hat. Look at these shoes. Brand new pants. Of course, it doesn't speak volumes today with stains on my shirt, but still, if I'm going out and about, most of the time, I like to look good. You know what I mean? It really is something to say with you. You dress good. Like the term, you dress for success. You go to a job interview, you obviously are going to go appropriate to what that attire, whatever your dress attire should be for whatever situation you're going for. You're going to a nightclub, you're going to a dress, you're going to church, you're going to a funeral, what have you. But back to the band tee things. Let me ask you this. Is there a band tee that you have owned, or other than the one that you still have on, is there a band tee that you've owned from a genre that you did not like?
Not to my knowledge. I don't think so. Now, I probably have owned t-shirts with things on them, like with logos or whatever on them that I didn't know. So it's possible, but not to my knowledge. No, I think the only band shirts I have I have like a couple AC/DC ones, I think, because Aldi likes selling them for some reason. I think I have a Kiss one, I have a Nirvana one, and I have this one, and I think that's about it. So no.
So you're not a rap fan. Would you wear a Tupac shirt?
I mean, I wouldn't buy one, but I would have a problem with wearing one, right?
Why wouldn't you buy one?
Because I don't care about Tupac, and I mean, first of all, I already have enough t-shirts, but like if I needed a t-shirt, I'd buy one that like either reflects on my interest or is somewhat different, right? I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a t-shirt with something that I don't care about. Now, if like someone was like, hey, I'm sorting out my wardrobe, like, do you want some of my old t-shirts? And they're the right size, I would absolutely take them. Right. And then, I mean, that's how I got this shirt, right? Again, it's older than me. This used to be my mom's. She sorted out her wardrobe, and I ended up getting a couple of her shirts, and then apparently I wore them until they had a bunch of holes in them. There's that.
See that's the thing, and maybe because you're not into fashion, like I like fashion. Fashion is a part of hip hop. Being a rapper myself, it's a part of our culture, our community. You like to dress good, so maybe that's not the appropriate question to ask you. Where I was going with that is like if you see someone who's got spiky hair, got the piercing, obviously, is a punk rocker. You know what I mean? It's like, and they're walking around with a DMX shirt. It's like, wait a minute, dude. And you know what? Music is subjective. Maybe they do like it. But I know there are some people out there like, how dare you wear a Wu-Tang Clan shirt and I know you're a white supremacist. You know what I mean? It's like, it just doesn't fit. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, I feel like if someone was a white supremacist, my problem would not be with their t-shirt. But
that's what I'm saying. No, you're right. That's what I'm saying. Like some people, especially during my generation, we look at it like, dude, there's no way your average techno emo goth girl is wearing an Eminem shirt, or I could use more gangster rappers, but your knowledge of it is very slim. But you know what I mean? It's like I know who you are as a person, and you're wearing the shirt. Some people about that artist would be like, dude, you're kind of disgracing it. It's like if give me the biggest beef you can think of in rock or metal. Like
I wouldn't know. I'm just here for the music, man. I'm not like, for me, music is just something to listen to. I really don't know that much about the artists, and much less about... I can think of something, but I don't think it works for example.
Go for it.
The Gallagher brothers.
But
they're in the same band, right? So it's not exactly... Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have an example there.
It's like let's say if Metallica and Iron Maiden absolutely hated each other. The fan bases hated each other. And you are a diehard Metallica fan, and you see someone that you know is an Iron Maiden diehard fan, and he's walking around a Metallica shirt. Most people are he's gonna be like, dude, come on, bro. You hate that band. Why are you wearing it? Again, me personally, I don't give a fuck what you wear. If it looks good, if you want to do it. But there are some people, when it comes to their musical artists, it's like, dude, come on, bro. You don't listen to that.
No. I get your point. I wouldn't wear a Falcon shirt.
Exactly. There you go. Perfect example. That's like me wearing a Saints shirt. Just wouldn't happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? I could make a reference here, but I won't. I'll leave that off of YouTube.
I don't know what point you're trying to make, but we both lost last week. Okay, let's not.
Yeah. I'll leave it.
I'll hang about it. Yeah.
What?
I think it's probably a better analogy, because I feel like there isn't as much beef. I mean, again, maybe it's just a lack of knowledge, but I feel like there wouldn't be as much beef in the music industry, especially with, like, it would almost have to be one-sided, right? Where, like, because you wouldn't wear a Saints shirt, I wouldn't wear a Falcon shirt, but like that's obviously like a mutual thing, right? Because you wouldn't be like, hey JJ, why are you wearing a Falcon shirt? Because I wouldn't wear one, right? Like, so that's one of those.
But would you wear it if it was a cool looking shirt? Like, damn, that's a nice shirt, dude. Like, that's actually a nice. Would you wear it then?
I don't think so, man. I mean, you gotta draw a line somewhere, right?
You see, you take what you're saying about sports. It's the exact same thing with music. Same thing.
But again, right? I feel like the whole I feel like you're more likely to encounter someone who doesn't care wearing the shirt than someone who would not like the thing of the group they're wearing because they wouldn't wear it in the first place.
Yeah, is what I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. But no, you wouldn't. God, dude, it's so crazy to even think about that, because I like nice things. I like things that look good, but for some reason, I just don't think I could wear a Saints shirt. And I don't care if that motherfucker fly as shit, matches my shoes to the T. I'm talking about black and gold to the toe to the hat. It's like, God, this would be the perfect shirt to wear with this outfit. Can't do it, bruh. Sorry. Just give me a black shirt or something. I can't do it. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It is a good logo, though.
Max, on to the next, JJ. On to the next, brother.
Okay, let's move on to our facts of the week. What is your fact of the week?
Man, my fact of the week, dude, is actually crazy. Someone brought this up to me, and I'm like, okay, that's got to be a myth. But then we looked it up. Did you know that it is illegal to talk to dolphins?
Illegal where?
Primarily in the United States and Australia. Let me ask you, before I read on this, why do you think that is? Why do you think that...
Probably because some of the experiments in trying to communicate with dolphins that usually didn't go very well, most notably the one where the woman tried to raise the dolphin, and that was a whole thing. So I'm assuming it is because of, like, bad examples of trying to do that before.
I mean, we all know how intelligent. I do believe they're probably the second smartest next to us humans, but they're highly intelligent creatures. There's some violent some bitches. They do some dangerous shit, but it's just so crazy that I guess the smarter you are, maybe that I don't know. There's so many things you can think about. It's like maybe they're so smart you don't want to talk to them because, hey, if you know what I mean, like you could just ponder on that for a second. But it says yes. It is illegal to talk to wild dolphins in the United States and some parts of Australia, as the Marine Mammal Protection Act prohibits any interaction that could disturb or harass these animals. So this is the interesting part to me. Dang it, where did it go? Okay, so where did it? Hold on. The part that made it interesting. Okay, you know how we say, "Oh, this person's got rights. This person's got rights." So apparently, why it's illegal? Harassment. Bruh, we live in a day and age where you could get arrested for harassing a freaking dolphin, man. But harassment, the MMPA prohibits any actions that constitute harassment, which includes vulgar language or any form of interaction that could disturb or M-word a marine mammal. Bro, that is crazy to me. I get they're highly intelligent, and I feel like that has something to do with it. Maybe these mammals are so smart. It's like I could just see a dolphin, like you call a dog, "Shut up, bitch," and that dolphin just come up, "Shut your ass," like, you know what I mean? Like, who knows, man?
Yeah, I mean, I would also wonder how. I thought you meant actually like communication attempts, right? Because people have attempted to like translate dolphin speech, which never worked so far. But yeah, I mean, I think if you like actually tried to like put someone in front of a judge for like insulting a dolphin, I think we would quickly find out how enforceable that actually is.
Well, it says attempting to get a dolphin's reaction through talking, whistling, or other means is considered a form of harassment under federal law. Violations can result in significant fines and potential jail time, and there is also ethical concerns about how human interaction can harm dolphin behavior and well-being. That is crazy to me.
Yeah, I feel like there are other ways in which humans are much more harmful to aquatic life than, saying not so nice
Talking.
things.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, just before we move on to your fact of the week, humans were obviously the smartest. Would you probably say, crows, ravens, probably dolphins would be number 2 is what I would say. What would you say would be the second smartest animal on this planet?
I think it is very difficult to try to quantify intelligence in the first place, and then if we're going just off of those types of things, I think you have to probably put... I mean, obviously, apes have to be pretty high up. Birds, certain types, especially corvids. Cephalopods, as you said. You do also get some interesting things with elephants. So apparently elephants have names.
Yeah. That's... Okay, so... But okay, elephants, crows, cephalopods, with these type of animals, why is it not illegal to talk to them?
But did I say cephalopods? I meant cephalids. Cephalopods, I believe, are something else.
What'd you say? Cephalopods?
I might have said it. I keep getting cephalids and cephalopods mixed up because they have very similar names, and I think one of those is whales and dolphins, and the other one is pod, red feet. So those are the God damn it. They are like other sea life. The point was, though, yes, there are certain, mostly mammals and a couple of birds that are fairly intelligent. The problem is once you get into the more different something is from us, the harder it is to like determine intelligence, because they might be intelligent, but they might be like quite different in how they approach things than we are.
Right.
And so it's a lot harder to evaluate. So like, I mean, again, apes, just because they're similar to us, are kind of natural.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen examples of how chimpanzees, for example, are actually better at certain types of like short-term memory.
Memorization. Yeah, memorization. Yeah.
There's a hypothesis that the trade-off for language is short-term memory. So that like the parts of our brain that process language in chimpanzees seemingly do short-term memory processing. So our brains didn't grow an extra like part that does language, but rather reorganize an existing part.
So why is it not illegal to communicate with an orangutan?
I don't know, and also,
well,
do you know that it isn't? Like, did you actually look that up?
Let's find out. I mean, well, no, we know for a fact. We've seen him do the test. We've seen him. Come here, Coco. We all know Coco. Michael Jackson had a goddamn orangutan named Bubbles.
Okay.
Who knew sign language? He's taught him how to sign language.
Yeah,
well, that's totally fine, but not dolphins. Why?
Every example
Why?
Of sign language communication with primates has been exaggerated. But yeah, I mean, again, right? It said trying to disturb them specifically through like whistling or shouting. I'm not sure if just talking to them is inherently illegal. Just based on what you read. So I'm not sure if it actually is as distinct as the article made it sound with the headline.
I'm just saying, if you can catch a federal charge by talking to an animal, something's going on there, dude.
Also,
I don't know.
Like, we have to at some level also recognize that the laws that are on the books are quite different from how the law functions in practice. There are so many things that are technically legal that it's never going to be enforced. Like I think there's a state where it's illegal to play chess while having
sex. That's the first thing that popped in my head. It's like there are states out there where you can't ride a giraffe past 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was one of them. I'm like, it's got to be one of those, and it might be. I don't know. We'll have to do some research after this and see if anyone's done hard federal time for talking to Flipper. Hey, what are you in here for? Oh, I robbed the bank. What are you in here for? Oh man, I offed my ex-wife. What are you in here for? I talked to a dolphin, dude. God dang.
Yeah, I think a lot of laws are intentionally like fairly vague, so that when someone like does some like animal cruelty, they can just be like, oh yeah, this is the law you broke, and the law doesn't have to enumerate every possible bad thing you could do to an animal, and they're like overly vague, such that they can't accidentally miss something, and now that can sometimes lead to unreasonable prosecution where they'll try to, like if they try to go after someone, they will find this whole thing, like, you know, if a cop follows you around in traffic for like 20 minutes, they will find some traffic violation they can pull you over for. And so like...
Just imagine... Go ahead, sorry.
So I think a lot of laws are written that way, where it's like, it's a bit vague, and it's very expansive, and if they're trying to get you for something, they can then use that one, but most of the time, you know...
At the same time, it's humorous. Like, could you just imagine you calling your mom from jail and saying, "Mom, need you to come bond me out"? She says, "Son, what'd you do?" Talk to it. That noise you just made sounded awfully close to a dolphin.
I muted myself on the recording, but yeah, when I blow my nose, I mute myself on the recording, but yeah, no, that would be weird. I mean, I think in the UK it's illegal to suspiciously handle fish, so you know.
What? Hey, dude, I just thought it was funny. Curious on what your fact of the week is.
My fact of the week is also in the legal domain, and that is that in the UK, a mother couldn't get a passport for her daughter because her daughter was named Khaleesi, and they said, "Nah,
Game of Thrones
trademark Warner Brothers.
No,
we can't actually like give out passports for trademarked names."
That's crazy.
She made a bit of a stink about it. Apparently on social media, like they sort of get some traction. They were like, actually, we just realized that that's not what trademarks are for, and so never mind, you can actually get a passport. But initially, they denied the passport on the basis that the name is trademarked.
Well, on her birth certificate, was her name Khaleesi?
Seemingly.
How's that work? Because if you have a birth, that's illegal.
We can give you a birth certificate, but we can't give you a passport.
Can't give a passport.
Listen, it's probably literally just that a different bureaucrat was responsible for it. And they were like, wait, this is a trademark. We can't do that. And then...
Wait a minute.
The government later clarified that apparently, again, trademarks cannot infringe on names. Therefore, it's probably just that some clerk somewhere just got it wrong. But the problem is, once it is denied once, I don't think you can just, like, go to somewhere else and request it again.
Right.
They'll be like, oh, actually, in your file it says that it was already denied. And so I'm assuming that is still difficult. But I think it's just someone getting the law wrong, essentially. But
Yeah,
it's still crazy that happened.
it sounds like that was a mistake. And again, yeah, it sounds crazy that some guy gets arrested for talking to a dolphin. These facts are interesting, but yeah, that's wild because like I've seen things where they say it's illegal to like name your child, not illegal, but I guess you can't like legally name your child like Jesus Christ or you know what I mean, like
I think it was the case in the US when someone tried to name their kid like McDonald's. No, that wouldn't be it either. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was Burger King. But it was some brand name, and they were like, no, you can't do brand names. But I don't think Jesus Christ would be a problem.
How crazy would it be to get a passport, and they give you that passport? Yep, Jesus Christ, here you go. But Khaleesi, which is a fictional character, no, can't get that one. Like, what the fuck? I mean, that's crazy, dude.
I mean, Jesus is a very normal first name. I don't know about Christ as a last name, but Jesus is a very common Spanish name.
Man, there's a bunch actually. Like a lot of them are trademark names. I saw it was illegal to actually, or again, I say illegal, but you can't name, or I guess they look down, like Thundercat. I seen where somebody tried to name their kid Thundercat. Couldn't do it, but dude, have you seen some of these football names lately? There's a guy named General Booty. How's that pass?
Is that his legal name though? Like, because I sometimes they do use nicknames as well.
General Booty is this guy's name, bro. There are some crazy ones out there.
Yeah. I've seen the Key and Peele did a whole series about it. I mean, at first it was just like joke names that they made up. That just sounded, they were on a similar level to real football players, and then the later ones they actually had like actual honest to goodness football players in there.
Yes. Have you seen the one with the dude had a number in his name? It was DAT3AVION. It was like, how the fuck do you say this? And it was like the 3Vion. He was like, no, it's Detravion. Like, there's a number in your name, bro. Next thing we're gonna know, we're gonna have people with freaking exclamation points and asterisks, and I guess you do have some names with asterisks in them.
I don't know about that, but you know what Elon Musk called one of his sons, right?
Yes.
It was like X-Ash- and then like a number or something, and like.
But it's bro, when you that rich. You can do it. It's crazy to say, but when you're that, it's like, isn't his name like Zur or something like that? But it's like X-R something. I know what you're talking about. But when you're that rich, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Did you see the thing where they said that he's probably on the way to being the first trillionaire?
Yeah. I mean, I'll believe when I see it. Although, I mean, it's gonna happen sooner or later. I'm just like the actual like compensation package. I'm like, either they're not expecting him to hit those targets, because I don't know where like the company is trying to take that money from, right? Like I don't know. I mean, maybe it's in stocks because it's also terribly overvalued. So like maybe but like I find a lot of that quite dubious. Again, I'll believe when it actually happens.
I'll believe when I see it. I still to this day always will argue. I know they say Elon and Bill Gates, they're the richest dude. I still think no one has any touch on some of those sheiks over in the Middle East, because they say they don't have to document their earnings, but I think no one's even close to that kind of money, dude. That's run the world type money.
That's
just my opinion.
Some people like Musk also have that kind of money, but I mean the problem also is the way those valuations are done is like terribly suspect, because one of the big things, for example, is like stock holdings, and it's like a lot of stocks values are inflated, but at the same time, you can sell them for that amount of money right now. So it's kind of tricky sometimes too. But it's that thing where like, oh yeah, you own like half of the stock in Tesla or whatever. It's like, okay, the stock is overvalued, and if you started selling it off, the price will plummet. Yes. So you can't actually sell all of that stock for that price.
Just give me one of those billions, and I'll be fine. I don't need all of them. Just give me one of them. I'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you like set it up right, you might be able to do with a single million if you put it in like an index.
Oh yeah.
Double-digit millions easily, and then everything past that is kind of just fucking around money.
Exactly. Hey, I like to speak things into existence. I will have a couple M's one day. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a billionaire, you can basically like buy small countries.
Yes.
I mean, some people more or less have done that. I mean, billionaires like buying islands, and also there's a thing where Bill Gates once like I think financed like a small country's education system, and then like completely like made a bunch of changes to like how it's run because he was financing it or something like that, and not all those things were good, but like he was paying for it, and I don't know. Like I mean, some say Musk basically bought the presidency.
Yeah. So crazy, man. We could talk about that all day long.
Yeah,
dude.
I was gonna say
all
this is not
day
even a
long.
topic. We're like,
We could
this
go
is
all
a
day long.
tangent from the fact somehow. Like I don't even know how we got here.
That's the good thing about this, man. Just
Weird names
talk.
how we got here, by the way.
Yes.
But songs, not songs of the week, but rather Hurdle. We're doing Hurdle decades. We're not actually doing the decades, so we're doing number ones from around the world. By which I mean the Anglosphere. By which I mean we're starting with Australia.
Nothing.
I swear to God, if Smokey was here, he could probably tell me like
I don't
who
hear
the artist is,
anything.
which studio they recorded it. That might be on me. Let me fix that while we're live. Well, we're not live, but you know what I mean. Let me try to fix that. Is it this one? No, I think it's this one. I think I almost looped your own audio around, which would have been bad. Let's try this again. How about now?
Yes, I can hear it, but God, I have no idea what that's about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Smokey would have already told me like in which studio that was recorded and like
Oh yeah,
who mastered it and everything. Is like, dude like comes up with a lot of crazy shit for like these things. Like,
he does.
Sounds like it was made in that studio from like that decade. But one of these
this
ones,
decade, yeah, he's good at that, man. He's good at that kind of stuff, dude.
But yeah, no, that's why we're doing number ones because those are supposed to be easier. Hopefully, maybe I don't know. I don't know it either, so I guess we're gonna.
I got nothing. Just got that swing vibe to it, man. That it almost sounds like it's got that 50s like up tempo swing vibe, but at the same time, the quality sounds like it's later.
Yeah, I mean, I was almost thinking sort of like a mid to late 60s maybe. Where that sort of stuff also like still was around, but
damn,
what did he say?
Sound like it said "me so hot around the children."
Yeah,
these lyrics.
That doesn't sound like something that you should be saying. Okay, something so hot.
During this day and age, dude, they were saying crazy stuff, dude.
If I know what the first word was, I might be able, because a lot of these older ones like literally start
off
with
the
that.
title. Yeah.
Let's just hear it again real quickly.
Like it. Damn, that sounds even worse now. You're so hot.
Oh wait, that some of those were not the right keys. So vein. No, that's what we're looking for. Useful one.
Oh,
so
great song.
There, like I don't know what was it. I mean, that wouldn't even make sense. Was it there? That. What am I?
Come on, get it right. There you go.
Yeah, I don't quite got what.
I got nothing, bro. I got nothing. God, sounds like something I should know. It sounds like the beginning of a sitcom, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I could kind of see that. I mean, depends on how old the sitcom is, right?
Yeah. I'd love to give you. I mean, we could talk about the music and the song all you want, but as far as what song it is, I have no idea, dude.
Yeah, I mean, neither.
Oh, This Old House. There you go. This Old House.
Well, but that's apparently not the title, so
this old house. Ah.
It's not the title. I got it as well, but like, no. Seemingly no. I mean, unless it is just Old House, maybe. Nope, I don't see anything there either. Nope, I got nothing.
Nothing. Who?
Shakin' Stevens with This Old House. I typed
Oh,
old,
This
O-L-D,
Old
and it's
House.
O-L-E.
Yeah. Damn, I've never. Have you ever heard of them? Shakin'
No.
Stevens. Me neither.
But it sounds very much like it could be from the 50s. Like, Shakin'
Yeah.
Stevens, like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's either a throwback act or old.
I'm just picturing gyrating hips.
Okay, let's go closer to home. UK number ones.
Ooh, sounds folky.
I mean, it sounds good, but like I'm not getting anything from a couple notes. That's little too little. I feel like he's about, like someone's about to go like Dovahkiin, looks in like the Dragonborn comes, you know, like I don't know, man.
Yeah, give us another skip, man. Well, let's see what we can get off this second one or third one. Sorry. Damn, that's hard as fuck, though. Whatever that is.
It actually sounds like an old-timey bard. Like
yeah, like a
this was a UK number one during Shakespeare's time.
That's great. I was about to say, dude, this definitely sounds like something you'd hear in Skyrim.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? The Dragonborn comes.
Yes, the Dragonborn, yeah. Go ahead, I got nothing, dude. It's gonna repeat itself, brother.
Yeah, I've got that feeling as well.
God, I don't know what it is, but I like it. You got something?
I mean, I said Bard, right? And now I'm thinking of the Bard song. That I think that does start something like that, where it's just like a fairly simple. But that's the only thing I could think of. The Bard song, I think it's called. No, that doesn't seem to be it. I mean, also like that's a metal song that would have been unlikely to be number one, like anywhere outside of Scandinavia.
I'd love to give you more input, bro. I'd love to.
I got nothing.
What is it? Who is it?
Rod Stewart with Maggie
Stewart.
May.
Ah. God dang it. I feel like we might have done that song, actually. Maggie May. Huh. Okay. Oh, Rod Stewart.
Let's get a little bit closer to your neck of the woods. Canadian number ones.
Goat.
I don't think that's how it's pronounced. Gotcha, I think.
Yeah, however you say it.
Somebody
G-O-T-Y-E.
used to know.
Used to know. Yeah. How do you pronounce it?
Gotcha, I think.
Gotcha. Okay. There you go. That was easy.
Very distinct beginning.
Very.
Yeah. Also, huge hit. I mean, it was a number one song, so...
I was just about to say, probably one of the most popular songs, ever.
Of the year. Yeah, like, this one was, like, this might have been, like, a year-end number one. I don't know that for a fact, but it absolutely could have been. Although that also depends on when in the year it's released, because if you release a song like November, it's probably never going to hit the year number ones, because it's going to be split between 2 years.
Gotcha. Yep, you see what I did there? Gotcha.
Yeah. And last but not least, United States number ones.
It's my party. Damn. Is this...
Like, I know it. What's the title? What's
and
the
I'll cry. I'll cry if I want to. I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to.
Maybe just cry if... No, that's not the title, it seems.
Then put It's My Birthday. It's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to.
It's My Party?
Yeah, try that. It's my party. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yep. So the last two were easy.
Well, we got the last two.
Yeah. It's always interesting when like they oscillate between like, at least to us, like impossible and then like trivial. It's like,
Yeah.
like, especially with the number ones, it almost seems like there are fewer that are like in the in-between area where you think about it for a while and like after 4 guesses you're in there, but it's like either I know it or I don't.
Exactly. It's like you as soon as you hear it, got it. It's either one of those. You get it immediately or you need a few, you know?
With the decades, I feel like you have a lot of those where it's like kind of in between where it's like, oh, this sounds familiar, and then maybe it doesn't, and maybe it does, and then I come up with some lyrics, and then eventually we puzzle it together.
Yeah.
Want to bring out the cards to round this episode out.
All right, let's do that. You want to go with box number 1 or box number 2?
Let's go with box number 1. I think we had some of the colorful ones last time. I'm not entirely sure.
All right. We'll go with box number 1. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Bam. All right. What opportunity for love or money have you given up? And do you regret it now? What opportunity for love or money have you given up? And do you regret it now? For love or money?
I mean, what constitutes an opportunity? If I played the right lottery numbers, I'd have a bunch of money now, but it's not like I could have like foreseen that.
So crazy, you go straight to money. Not love.
Like, I don't know, like, I'm sure there are girls that I could have asked out, but like, it's not like I've ever like broken up a relationship that could have flourished or ever been in a relationship for that matter. So it's like, you know, like I just don't have a lot of stories in that category. And so like money is the one that comes to mind as sort of a, but again, I don't think I've been in a situation where like I could have like surefire or very likely made a lot of money, right? Again, right, like anytime you play lottery, you could make a bunch of money, but it's like such a minuscule possibility that saying like, oh, I didn't play lottery doesn't feel like I gave the opportunity to win a bunch of money, but more like I saved some money by not being stupid with it, right? Which is not what we're talking about, I think. So
that's not the question, buddy. It's not the question. What opportunity for love or money have you given up? And do you regret it? I've got mine.
Yeah, I got nothing.
God dang, nothing? Nothing.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. I could say one for money. Not appropriate to say on camera here, but for love, there was a girl that I really liked, and she liked me a lot too. And I had the opportunity, but we were going to 2 different high schools. I had the opportunity to to take a MARTA bus, a city bus every morning, wake up at 5 to be with this girl and hang out with her. But that could have been the love of my life because we had a great relationship, but I gave it up. And do I regret it? No, I don't regret it. But that's not bringing the money one up, but with that one, I had the opportunity to be with someone that I thought I would be with for a while, but I gave it up and it didn't turn out anything, and I'm okay with it.
Given that you're not saying it, I'm just going to speculate and say that you once were in a bank vault unsupervised, and
why is it gotta be? What is it? Is it because I'm half black?
No, it's because you said you can't talk about it on camera.
No. It's got to deal with substances.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, I was just joking about.
That was up, JJ. God dang, you automatically assume I'm a criminal? God dang.
Why else would you not be able to talk about it?
Oh, I guess that would be criminal act. No, I wouldn't be a criminal. Listen, I won't tell the people about the memorabilia that you have in your closet. We'll just move on to the next one here. All right, tell me when to stop, JJ.
Stop.
You like what I did there, don't you? All right. What important truth do very people agree with you on? What important truth do very few people agree with you on?
I was gonna say that, but there was a word missing there. Very few people. Important truth. Humans are apes. There is no God. What are we going with?
Damn. Yeah. See, God, I know you so well, dude. I swear, you and Smokey, I know y'all so well. It's like I know what you're gonna say. I know exactly what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. And you just said them. You just said them.
Like I mean, the God thing is one of those where like I am fairly confident in that, and so like I'm assuming it to be true, and therefore I think religiosity is still the majority around the world, so that would be one that most people don't agree with. Humans being animals, or more specifically apes. I mean, if you say humans are apes, I think it's less contentious than saying that humans are animals, despite the fact that that is essentially saying the same thing.
This is tough for me. Very few people agree with you on. I mean, I could say some stuff too, but again, go ahead. Let's hear yours.
I'm trying to think, because I think it's an important truth and very few people, right? So, like, I'm definitely, again, like with some of the like some of the religious stuff, it's definitely not going to be the majority. But
not only that, but you also got truth is a big word, because religion is based in belief. You know, I'm sorry, faith. That's not necessarily truth. You know what I mean? I guess if it's one of your truths, like if you believe this is 100% true, I guess we could look at it that way.
But I think if you're religious, and especially if we're talking about like a deistic religion, which I guess is most religions, then you do believe that a god or gods exist, right? And therefore you believe it to be true, right? I don't think you can really separate beliefs from truths that cleanly.
Well, I mean, you know the saying, there's a difference between belief and knowing. Believing something and knowing something are two different things, but it's one of your truths. Or what important truth? Oh my God, dude, this is a touchy one, man. You got one? You got anything? I'm assuming you're going to go with the religious aspect here.
I mean,
the word truth is bothering me.
It also feels like there is gonna be a less controversial answer here that would be really good, right? Something where it's like, oh, most people just don't realize this is true, but if they knew, it would actually be helpful to them to know this. And I'm sure there is something like that. I just can't immediately come up with it.
That's what I'm saying. The word truth is what's bothering me, because you said, oh, the God thing. Well, you don't know that that's not true. You've never died. You don't know there's a God. You believe there's not, but you don't know. You know, or you could say, you know, you don't know. You know what I mean? So you can't really call it a truth.
At least a God in the Abrahamic sense of an omnipotent God, to the best of my understanding of how reality functions, is impossible to exist. But now, there were a lot of there's a lot of hedging in that statement itself. But
yes, exactly.
But the thing is, right?
Wow, that is tough.
When we get into like what can we say beyond a shadow of a doubt, then we very quickly end up with the whole cogito ergo est thing, right?
Right.
Like, I think therefore something exists, because like you can't can we 100% certainly say that the world as we experience it exists, right? And at some point, doubting isn't useful.
You know, we might let's count this as a question. Let's ponder on that one, but I think we might have to skip that one. I mean, you know what I mean? Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I cannot come up with a better answer on the spot. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, the word truth is just getting me, because what
is that the next topic? What even is truth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if very few people agree on it, but it's the truth, then are you really Googling what truth means right now?
No, I'm writing it down as a potential future topic.
Good job. Good job. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, we'll call the final one here. God. Hold on. I will not ask you that question. Sorry. I won't ask you that one. All right. What's the last thing you bought for under $50 that you love and use often? What's the last thing you bought for under $50 that you love and use often?
I feel like we have talked about this one before.
It does sound familiar.
I don't buy things that much, is the thing, and most of the things I buy are perishable, like food and stuff like that. Where it's like, I mean, yes, I eat cheese a lot, and any given pack of cheese that I bought was under $50, but it's not like I'm using any given pack for a while, right? Like, so that's the tough thing. I mean, this is not technically an answer to the question, but I would like to point out my e-reader, which at retail prices costs less than $50, and I did only get somewhat recently. The problem is I didn't buy it, it was a gift.
But yeah, the judges will take that. We'll take that. Because
I think that is probably out of all of like the low value things, because most of the things that I like use a lot and enjoy quite a lot are electronics, right? And so a lot of those are more expensive. And so I think the e-reader is fairly cheap. And I freaking love that thing. I used to be very much in the like physical books are the best kind of camp. And I still like physical books, but it's just so much more convenient. I think the convenience, like, yes, the feel of like the page of paper in your hand and that new book smell, and there are like actual sensations about physical books that are great. But just being able to like carry around multiple books at once, you can hold it in one hand and flip the page while just only in one hand. And again, right, like it's actually smaller than a single book in most cases. And when you take a book somewhere and you're like 90% through it, and then you finish the book and you didn't bring a second book, then you don't have anything to read anymore. And bringing two books is now getting very spacious already, like depending on, like if I'm going to the doctor's office and I might have to wait a while in the waiting room, I'm not bringing two books. If I'm done with my book, tough luck, right? But if I'm bringing my e-reader, I can just start the next book because there's like over 100 books on there.
Did you just describe to us how an e-reader works?
I feel like it's worth pointing out why I love that e-reader.
I get it, but I'm pretty sure everyone watching knows how an e-reader works. You can carry as many books as you like in a very spacious or less spacious manner, I guess you would say. Good one. I like that one. As you were speaking, I was thinking I was gonna say my cast iron skillet. I had one, but it wasn't as big as this one because I make steak with. I love steak, and nothing is better than a cast iron skillet steak. But I'll take that back actually because I don't eat steak every day. So something that I love and use often is actually this phone case I bought. It's three things they always say you don't leave house with: your phone, your wallet, your keys. You need those. But my phone case, this was under $50. It's magnetic, covers my phone. I can drop it, I can close it. It's 100% leather, and there's my wallet right there. So I don't have if I need my card, hey, there you go. Everything's right here. So I'll have to go with this phone case. I use it every day, literally every day. I mean, I don't see what could. I try to think of something else that I use daily, but this is the thing that goes with me everywhere. I do my work on this. I talk to people on this. My job's on here. You know, I do editing on here. I do everything with my phone. Not only that, but I can also hold my cards. I can do everything and, store nice things in here. And yes, I just described to you how a wallet works, sir. Yeah,
no, but that's it, right? Like, if you want to explain why you like the thing, you kind of have to explain what it does, even if people obviously understand how it works.
100%.
But also, I mean, you can point out the specific aspects you like, because there are probably other things about the phone case that you didn't mention. I mean, I can't think of any right now, but I'm sure there are that just weren't as important. Like people might talk about the aesthetics, right? And you didn't, because like for you it's a functionality that matters.
I mean, it feels good to the touch. It's discreet, I can drop it. I mean, this is a pretty. Whoever invented this it's so convenient. Hey, I need your license. Okay, here you go. Bam. Hey, I need you to pay for this. All right, here you go. Bam. Hey, I need to make a call. All right, bam. Hey, Google, what is this does? You know what I mean? Like,
No,
I love this thing.
Funk is actually a great answer because I think there's one of those things that people don't really think about, right? Like, I mean, same thing if you had, like, I have a new wallet that, like, fits really well to my pocket and it holds all my things, right? Like, it's one of those things where, like, you get it and you kind of forget about it, right? Because it's kind of just a fact of life. And so it's kind of hard to sometimes remember those things, right? So I think it's actually like a very good answer to the question.
Yeah, it's almost like we take it for advantage. You know what I mean? Like it comes in handy so much that we just forget about it. It's like, it's just an everyday item.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the more of it is by nature, like the less you think about it, right? Because our brains are kind of built to like think of the extraordinary or unusual rather than like the daily stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Which I guess, unless there's more to say, probably brings us to our final segment, the songs of the week, starting with your song of the week.
Yes, my song of the week is by a great Atlanta rapper, a lot of people underrated lyricist, and the name of the song is called Blue Dolphin. shit is hard, bro. That hook is hard.
Yeah, I mean, not much of a rap guy myself, but yeah, no, I mean, the chorus is okay. The song itself is, as far as rap is concerned, it's not that bad, I suppose. It's not something I would actively listen to, but like, that's kind of a given with rap, like, so.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed, whenever I do this podcast with you, I try to venture outside of rap to give you music. But today I was jamming this song, and I'm like, dude, how can you not enjoy this hook? And I'm like, let's go with this hook.
Yeah, no, I mean,
of course,
right? It's just obviously like I don't think it's a knock on the song that I personally don't like because it's just not my genre.
It's subjective, man. It's subjective.
And anything else about the song, or do we want to move on to my song of the week?
If you know what a blue dolphin is, oh god dang, I didn't even do that. My fact of the week. I swear to God, I did not make that. But if you know what a blue dolphin is, you know what a blue dolphin is. I'll just leave it at that.
That is a tautology, but okay. My song of the week is "Daylight in Your Eyes" by No Angels.
What the fuck? That's awesome. Hey, this is great, dude. Hold on, dude. You know, one of my favorite bands of all time, or groups of all time, is the Spice Girls. You know that, right? Have I ever told you that? The Spice Girls, I was a huge Spice Girl fan. So when I saw this, the first thing that popped in my head is like, this is a knockoff version of the Spice Girls, dude.
I mean, I think the timing checks out, yeah. They were founded in 2001, I think. So,
What's this? God dang it. I'm hitting you with a Spice Girl song next week. Educate me a little bit about this, man.
Okay, so No Angels was formed on, I believe, the first season of the German edition of Pop Stars. A casting show where they were building a band, specifically, I think, a girl band for the first season. And these were the 5 winners, I suppose, and they formed that band. And I think Daylight in Your Eyes was their most successful song. And I believe it's also the only song to chart outside of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland.
Dude.
Peaking at number 89 in the UK, which is not very impressive, but...
Dude, I'm not even... This even looks like the Spice Girls. The middle girl is Baby Spice. The girl to the right is Posh Spice. Baby Spice in the middle. Red-haired curly chick is Victoria, you know, and then you got the girl to the right, the black. Well, I guess, dude, this is the Spice Girls. They were definitely trying to go for the Spice Girls on this. They even look like them.
I mean,
that is Baby Spice and Posh Spice right there.
Following trends is hardly unusual, so that doesn't really surprise me.
No, this is like this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Baby Spice tried to like sue for like copy, like infringement. Like this is almost too spot on.
Again, I don't think this band is even known outside of the German speaking world based on like just their charting history. They've only had one song charted in the UK, so like I think they're fairly unknown, which honestly surprised me a little bit because while I wouldn't say that they were huge, like this song in particular was like fairly big in Germany, and so I was actually surprised to find out that they aren't really known at all outside of Germany and Austria and Switzerland, because of course.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm such a Spice Girls fan, dude, and I'm just looking at, dude, that's wild to me. Man, I love it. I mean, the song's cool, something I could jam to. Never heard of them, so I'd have to dive into it. But yeah, man. Elements. I like the title of the album. Elements. That's hard.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that
wordplay. I
like that.
Yeah, I like some bad puns as well. Yeah, and I guess that probably brings us to the Trash Talk Podcast to a close. Don't forget to check out the Trash Talkers. Link is in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, then give it a like. If you want to see more, like this, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have something to leave a comment below. Hollywood.
That's it.
That's it.